What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 103 of FILA's weekly sports and local news update. I think obviously we should start with the elephant in the room, the Falcons game. I'm not going to get too in depth in it because Tyrone's going to do a post game recap in a couple hours here. But yeah, brutal loss, 34-30. Definitely can't blame Matt for it. Threw 4 touchdowns. Can't really ask for more from him. Yes, obviously a choke. But it's just a tough way to go out, and then no clock awareness because the obviously not gonna I said not gonna get too into it, but the defensive player for Washington like wasting 10 seconds or whatever it was messing with the ball when Ryan had it or whatever definitely hurt. Patterson, yes, for sure, definitely showed out. A big day for fantasy owners of him as well. I think he had like 35 in my PPR league or whatever it was. Uh, Yeah, definitely very rough. But on a little bit of a brighter note, though, in this week in Atlanta and Georgia sports, college football, the Bulldogs won a big game. Although I'm a Gators fan, you can probably see the Gators thing right there. But big game, 37-0 over Arkansas. And then Tech had a disappointing day, but that's not unexpected. Um, and then the Braves also an extreme positive this week. They clinched. They went 4-1 on the week. Right now they're in the middle of a game. Actually, they're up 5-0 over the Mets, even though it doesn't matter at all for anything. Yeah, but they swept the Phillies during their series this week. 2-1 win on Tuesday, where Morton just absolutely shoved. A Wednesday, 7-2 win over Philly, where Fried was amazing. Fried and Morton have been on a roll of some sorts of late, and it's been crazy watching them go back-to-back days and always just shutting down the opposing offenses. And then Thursday, 5-3 win over Philly. Anderson pitched really well, and then a lot of offense from the series from your newcomers such as Soler, Duvall, Peterson, all had big moments. Uh, Will Smith pulled a lot of Will Smith stuff during that series, but he also had a clean save, I believe, on Thursday, which is wild. He was like a swing and a miss away from an immaculate inning, which is crazy to say for Will Smith. And then on Friday, after the division was clinched, a lot of players were definitely drunk. And there was a very strange lineup put out there, a 4-3 loss to the Mets. The comeback did come up short. Inoa pitched 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, which doesn't sound great, but it's about what you can expect from an Inoa outing. And just not enough offense. Albies drove in with a double. Rosario and Adrianza had solo home runs. But the comeback fell short in the ninth, and that was that. And then on Saturday yesterday, there's a bullpen game. Jesse Chavez and Drew Smiley both looked phenomenal. 2 innings and 3 innings respectively. Peterson hit a solo home run. Freeman had an RBI single. Contreras hit a 4th-inning 2-run bomb. And then Rosario hit an RBI single in the 5th. Alonso's RBI double in the 6th. Finally put the Mets on the board. The Braves got the run back, though, with the Garcia RBI single. And then in the 8th and ninth, the Braves struggled to shut down the Mets offense as Conforto hit a 2-run home run. PR hit a RBI triple, and then Nimmo drived in PR with an RBI single to make it a run game. But then Jacob Webb came in and shut it down. And 2 walks and then shut it down. And then over in the MLS, 2 games this week. Every game from here out really is incredibly important. On Wednesday, the 29th, United faced off against Inter Miami in a very crucial matchup because it was an Easter Conference matchup. United actually won that game 1-0, which was very important. Jose Martinez scored his 100th career goal, which is really spectacular to see. The impact he's had on United and in the city is crazy. The increase in soccer of everybody, the watching of soccer and the sport of soccer is crazy in Atlanta. Everyone has their Atlanta United flags. And then you could really see it when United put together, I don't know, that 4 and 5 minute video of people that were important to Martinez throughout his life, congratulating him on his 100th goal. You had former teammates and stuff, and it was really, really heart touching. Great to see that. And then on Saturday, United played Montreal, and That was a 2-1 loss. They were a very solid defensive team, not very many clear chances to attack on goal. Martinez came out at half, though, actually, which definitely hurt with tightness in his hamstring. You're always kind of worried about things like that because hamstrings are just so peculiar. Very easy to go from just a tightness or sore hamstring to a very extreme injury. So you always just want to be careful with that. But now United sits below the playoff game and they're in 8th place. And there's really no room for error in the remaining games if United wants to make the playoffs. And as you have an away games against the Red Bulls, Cincinnati, and Toronto coming up. And then the next game will be Saturday in Toronto. All important games, obviously, from here on out. If you're United, you really can't afford to lose, and even draws are tough. But definitely interested to see how the team fights. And I look forward to seeing how that plays out. And then the NBA finally starting to get back into the swing of things. The Hawks had their first open practice on Saturday night. I went to it. It was very fun. Lots of non-defense. It looked like everybody was Trae Young out there except they could dunk. So that was quite enjoyable to see. The rookie post-game show was hilarious. Jalen Johnson could not sing to save his life. If a gun was pointed at his head and said, sing a song correctly or you'll die and lose your loved ones, he's not surviving. He was a terrible singer. Sharif wasn't much better. And then it was funny, they made Okongwu and Smays come and do theirs as well because they didn't get to have a chance to do it last year because of COVID and no summer league and whatever. And so that was fun to see. Okongwu looked like he was having a good time. Hope his recovery is coming along nicely. They also have their first, not spring training. I'm stuck in baseball brain. Their first preseason, that's what it's called. Their first preseason game on Monday against the Heat, I believe, which it doesn't really mean anything, but it will be fun to see people play. A notable thing, actually, though, about the open practice, DeAndre Hunter and Capella did not play. You don't want to take risks with those guys, obviously. You can't wait for the Hawks season, obviously, to start. And then get back in the swing of basketball because no one else in Atlanta wants to be a good team, feels like, except for the Georgia Bulldogs, which isn't great. But yeah, that's it. Make sure y'all tune into Tyrone's show tonight. He'll be recapping the Falcons game, probably in a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, I would assume. But it can always be pushed back. Make sure y'all tune into that. I'm sure you'll have a lot to say. And then I will be having a show this week, a couple of shows this week. We'll be doing a season recap and then a postseason preview show Monday or Tuesday, and then Friday and Saturday we'll be doing post-game recaps of the postseason games. So with that, I'll see you guys later. Peace.